What up, man? It's your boy Mixed by Malachi, back again like I never left. I was gonna drop another tutorial for you how to mix your track in Logic Pro the professional way. Maybe you want to sell your tracks. You might want to put it on DistroKid. I don't know. Maybe you want to get your song out and put it out on iTunes. Also remember, when mixing your track, you definitely want to check your levels. Make sure your gain stage is proper. You know, you ain't got nothing peeking in the red. Yellow's cool. And me personally, I like my drums to kick, so I like them to hit hard. But I always check my level meter to make sure everything's cool. I don't be on poop on me, y'all. You might have to shut the whole show down. Yo, if you're a producer and you need help with mixing your tracks, this tutorial is definitely for you. I want to learn a little about gain staging. I'm also mention that in the tutorial. You know, not all of it, because I do have a gain staging video. It teaches you how to properly level your meters. You know, your beat will be sounding good, and then I'm gonna also show you how to master your beat at the end. If you want to sell a beat, if you want to put it up on, what's that? Damn, I forgot the name. BeatStars, whatever it is, man. Wherever you want to put your track, you can put it. SoundCloud, whatever. Also hit that like button and let me know you guys appreciate the content. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you want to learn. And make sure you follow me on IG at Mixed by Malachi. Make sure you hit that subscription button, also that bell notification to keep you in tune with all the latest content I drop. Without further ado, man, let's get straight to this tutorial. I don't want to drag you out and keep you going for long. So let's get to it. But before we do that, you already know what we gotta do. We gotta roll that intro. All right, so let's get it cracking. So the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the beat first. That's the first thing I'm gonna do is I'll play the beat. All right, as you can see, I got it looping, so pretty much I don't have too much going on right now with the track. And then I'll show you how I put it in song mode. But this is for people who, you know what I'm saying, probably just learning Logic and want to make a beat in it and want to mix it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add isotope on my master channel. I'm going to add isotope, and I'm going to use ozone 8. The only thing I'm using this for is just to control the peaks of my master bus and stuff like that. So my stuff won't be, you know, for those who, you know, scared of, you know, seeing red or, you know, a little yellow, this can help a little bit. So I get rid of the equalizer there, and I leave the maximizer on. Let's turn the threshold down, bring this down to negative 0.1, turn on true peak. And then that's it for that. I don't mess with anything from there. Let's close that out. And then another thing I want to add is a leveler. A level meter. So inside of Logic, all you're gonna do is go to metering and go to level meter, and that's pretty much it. And then from here, just go to peak and peak and RMS. That's cool right there. So right here is you know, when I get ready to master my song, around here is where I want my track to be when I'm bouncing it down and I want to get ready to sell it, or I want to, you know, rap to it or whatever I want to do with it. That's where I want it to be. So right now we're not gonna mess with the leveler. And then another thing I'm gonna add is, well, I'll add it later, which is a phase meter. So the first thing we definitely want to do is we want to start gain staging some of the track. So I'll mute everything, go to the kick itself. Let's unmute the kick. I want to see, you know, see where the kick is standing at. And then what I mean by gain staging is getting everything to a proper level right now. So I made this track inside of Ableton Live. So I brought it over to Logic so you guys can see how I gain stage and mix my beats when I'm ready to rap to them. So I'll play the kick back, and then I start showing you how I bring the kick down. First thing you want to do is, if your stuff is in stereo, like your kick, your snare, your 808, you know, your hi-hats and stuff like that, I like to send those in mono. So just click up here where it's in stereo, take them to mono. I believe this is the hi-hat roll. Let's see, what is this? Okay. What else we got here? And then everything else I'll leave in stereo. So let's start gain staging a little bit. So the first thing I'll do is let's play the drums, and then how to gain stage in Logic. It's actually a gain button over here in a region. So open a region, Just click this little arrow right here, open a region, and then in here you'll see gain. You can actually bring this down a little bit. Now, me personally, I like to have my kick somewhere around -12, around that area. But at the same time, I like my kick to pump, so I'll show you what I do. Let's bring it down a little more. I'll say about 3.2. Okay, and then the first thing I'll do is we can add a EQ. Let's just roll a little bit of the bottom out. Leave this at 24. I just take this up to 24 right here. That's about it with that. I don't cut no more. Now I have another plug-in which I believe is like a soft clipper. It's called Little Clipper. It's pretty dope. Now you can use that, or you can definitely just use what Logic have. So let's get rid of this. Let's go to plug-in. So let's go to dynamic. Let's go to compressor. And then, Logic has a couple presets that's pretty dope that you guys might like. Let's see, drums. The Type U tight kick is pretty dope. Now I like to take off the auto and turn off auto gain. And just remember, a lot of these instruments you're going to be pushing in the master, so you don't have to really worry about the track, being too loud right now. Like, I don't really worry about my beat being so loud right now. Like, that's not the main issue for me right now. Right now, I just want to get everything leveled out right and get things going cool. So next one I'll go to is the 808. So I'll bring the 808 down a little bit in the gain. And then what I like to do with the 808 too is add an EQ to it. I roll a little bit off on the low. Take this to about 24. Let's clean this up a little bit. Take that to 48. And then I like to cut around 65 hertz. Let's see. I'll use this one to do it. Do a little cut right here, kind of let my kick punch through a little bit. Take this to about 4. Let's do 450. Bring this down a little bit. All right there. And then what I like to do is I like to side chain my 808 and kick. So I'll add a compressor in here. And then with my 808, I like to use the studio effect. And what I'm gonna do is right here, go to side chain, and then you just want to go to your kick drum, go to audio, and then go to your kick drum, because that's the one you're gonna be side chaining. And then I like to turn this off. I like to turn the auto gain off and I like to turn auto and the auto gain off. So let's play it back. And as you can see, my kick is hitting right here in the side chain. So I like to have my kick around negative, below -5 right here. So, the kick can kind of punch over the 808 a little bit and they're not fighting each other. So what I'm gonna definitely do is, let's bring this down. Okay, and then sometimes I like to add a little saturation. Let's see. I mean, distortion. Same thing kind of to me, you know what I mean? Go with distortion too. Actually, I like overdrive too. And then we can open up our leveler and see where we at with the leveler. So I'm definitely where I want to be. As you can see, my peak is not hitting in the red. My RMS is pretty good. So I'm definitely where I want to be. That's pretty cool right there. Let me play it back one more time. All right, that's cool. So then we got the snare. So what I do with the snare, let's unmute that. Bring the snare down some. Definitely we're gonna gain stage that, bring the snares down a little bit. Let's bring that down a little more. Is that the snare? Yeah. And then with the snare, what I like to do is, since the 808 and kick tends to sit, around, 20 to 100, I like to roll off the snare a little bit to 100. Actually, let's take this to about 100. So we're just cleaning up this area right here so the snare can actually punch through without fighting with the 808 and the kick. Bring up the high a little bit. I like to take it to 5K. Bring it up some. Now with me, I like to put a little reverb on my snare, so I'm gonna actually create a bus channel for my reverb. So I can actually use, then I'm gonna take this. Okay, so on your bus channel, you just wanna turn that to stereo. You wanna turn that to stereo. And then the reverb I'll use will be the Silver Verb Turn the wet all the way up. This track is 142, so the pre-delay, I'm not gonna mess with that right now. And then let's bring a little reverb in it. Remember, don't put too much reverb because you're going to be adding reverb to hi-hats, you know, maybe a clap. So you don't want everything to start sounding cluttered. So let's just, you know, blend everything in real quick. All right, cool. So I'm going to move on to the next instrument, which is the hi-hat. Let's see where we stand with that with gain staging. That's perfectly fine. So that's just like I said, we're gonna clean up the low a little bit that way. So turn that band on, take it to 48. Let's look at where the hi-hat sit. Perfectly fine right there. Make sure this is on. Okay. Let's add a little reverb to this. Same thing, bust it. And then I like to pan my hi-hat over to the left a little bit. All right, cool. So let's move on to the next one, which would be the hi-hat roll. Same thing here. I'll just copy this over. You can hold Option. But let's just make sure, you know, they're sitting in the same area. Let's turn this on. Definitely want to gain stage that. So let's mute that real quick. That's cool right there. And as you can see, everything is still sitting in the same area as the previous hi-hat. So you want to leave that there. Same thing here. I'll just bust a reverb on this one also. Bring it up a little bit. And then with this, I might add a tad bit of delay just to see what I can do with it. So I'll use, let's use tape delay. Like I said, just follow along, you know what I mean? And then, let's see, we'll keep it on quarter note, tempo, sync it. And let's see how it sounds. Let's take the low cut up a little bit. Take the high cut down a little bit. Let's turn it to a half note. And that's cool. I like that right there. So, and then the next thing we got is the open hi-hat, same family. So let's just bring that down. So with the open hi-hat, it's pretty much the same thing. So you can actually just hold Option and copy it over. It's pretty much the same thing. And with this, I'm gonna actually open up another bus. Let's bring that up a little bit. Now, this is how I mix my beats, man, and you know, it makes the vocals and stuff sit and sound better. At the end, I'm gonna show you how to level everything out and make everything blend better. Right now, I'm just actually, you know, going through it right now, and then I'm gonna actually put it in mono to blend everything. Let's copy the tape delay over to that and see what we can get out of that. Okay, I like that. So next we got the crash cymbal. Let's unmute that. And let's just make sure we don't need to gain stage that. If we do, we'll just bring it down in the gain. So let's bring that down a little bit. Just a tad bit with that. Don't seem like it's too loud. Now we can actually just bring that down a little bit. Okay, same thing here. You want to open up the channel EQ. And like I said, you don't got to do too much to your instruments, man. Sometimes I see a lot of people putting so much compression on stuff, and some of these kicks are already compressed and mixed and sound good. You just need to level some stuff and get it going and get that end result going. So let's see where the crash cymbal is sitting. Same thing, kind of in the same area as the hi-hats. So let's roll off some of this low. I'll just take that to right here. 5K, remember, take this band to 5K. Whoa, what just happened? Oh man, I'm like, yo, something just like crashed on me, bro. Okay, take it to 5K. All right, there should be cool. Close that up. Okay, let's just bring it down a tad bit. And then the next thing we're gonna go over is to one of the voice samples I use from Arcade. Arcade is pretty dope. I like Hooked, so let's go over here. And then we're gonna EQ it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna use a different EQ. So if you got like a voice sample on this is how I EQ my voice samples. So let's see. Let's take this band, and then what we're gonna do is let's take this to 48. We're gonna bring this up. Let's play it. Okay, then let's take this one. Take this to 48 also. Not 6, but 48. Let's bring it down some. Okay, then what I like to do is just bring this up a little bit. Let's bring it down a little bit more. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add something from Waves. Which would be the CLA effects, which is pretty dope. Use the CLA effects. And then what you want to do is turn that off. Turn the drive up a little bit. On the distortion. Let's turn off the... let's see, it should be cool with a little bit of room. Let's turn this off. Let's turn that off. Turn the chorus up. Let's see how this will sit with it. Let's turn the drive up a little bit. close it. I don't like the sample too loud. I like to bring it down. And then when I get ready to start mixing in mono, I know where exactly I need to sit it. So I did that. And let's just add a little bit of delay to it, which we should be able to use the tape delay and get away with it. But if not, I'll create a bus. Actually, I kind of like it without the delay. So let's leave that the way it is. All right, cool. So that's what I do with that. And then far as the pad and string, let's see where it's sitting. Now, same thing here. I like to take this. Let's see where we're sitting. And then you can see where, it's sitting where the 808 and kick is sitting. You'll see, right here in the low end area right here, you'll see that between 20 to 100, you got some, some frequency sitting in here. You got something sitting up in here, so you can definitely clean that out. So what I like to do with this, let's bring this up. I'll take it up a little bit, kind of change the sound a little bit. Okay, so then the next thing I'm gonna add is the same thing as the CLA effect. I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna add the CLA effect. Let's see, so we'll go to the CLA effect, stereo. Let's turn that off. We're gonna keep the drive on, turn the delay off, the long delay off, turn the chorus up just a little bit. So we definitely got to bring that down. Okay, so then the next thing we got, the last thing is the lead. I don't know what y'all call it. I just named the lead to hurry up and try to get the tutorial going. So let's see where this is sitting. So same thing, you can see that in the same area, there's something in it that you got to clean up in there also. So you can just take that to 100 if you want. Then let's take this to 5K, give it a little boost. So that should be fine right there. So what I like to do now is let's look at the level meter real quick, see where we at so far, see how much room we got. So we got a whole lot of room to work with. So let's close that out. And then let's turn on the mono button real quick, start leveling out the beat a little bit before we get ready to master it. And then I'm gonna actually put it in song mode. So When you mix it in mono, all you want to do is take this from stereo to mono. Boom, don't touch nothing else. Let's close this out. So right now we pretty much checking for phase issues, making sure everything is, before we even do that, before we mix in mono, I want to definitely look at the phase meter. So if you got ozone 8, just click right here, add an imager. Just kind of let you know where you're sitting right now. My computer moving a little slow right now. I got too much on it. I wish I would have just cleaned up everything before I started this tutorial, but we got to work with what we got right now. So as you can see, all my instruments is leveled out right. You see right there at +1. I'm nowhere down here in negative. Everything is sitting at positive, so we pretty much good there. So let's close this out real quick. And oh, wait a minute, I want to kind of level it out. So let's just mix in mono real quick. I'm just giving you guys the breakdown, so when you mix your beats, you can, rewatch this tutorial, go over and over and over yours, and you'll be fine. So let's do this. Now, that's pretty cool to me right now, but the thing is I'm mixing in headphones, so I'll definitely go back and make sure all my levels is right before I even bounce it down. But right now I'm just giving you, game on how I mix my beats. So the next thing I like to do is I'll throw a little master on it. So I like to use the modern, and then I'll take the character to like 105, right there, 105. Oh man, I'm using my fingers with this little pad, man. I hate that. Then, like I said, let's look at our, let's turn on our level meter too, our level meter also, so we know where we at with that. All right, so let's set this up here. Let's go right here with this. Let's play it. Now, what we want to do is get a song a boost to where we can get it around -9 dB right here, or a little bit of, a little bit over it, just a tad bit over. It doesn't matter, but we want to push it. We want to push it there, so that way, the consumers, when they listen to the track, it sounds good to them. Everything is bumping, everything is nice and bassy. You know what I mean? So, and then you need, you leave something for them to do if they want to add a little bass to it when they getting ready to master their track. They can. You don't want, you don't want the beat just hitting too hard or too bassy unless you getting ready to rap on it yourself. You know what I mean? So, let's start pushing it. That's perfect for me. -9.2, that's fine. I like that. That's cool right there. Now, let's do a little song mode, and then, like with me, when I do song mode, I like to actually take, because at 142, tempo at 142, to me, 9 bars is considered 4 bars. 8 bars is considered 4 bars to me. So I'll show you what I mean, like how I count it. I don't know if y'all know how to count bars, but it'll be like, so that'll be 2 bars right here for me. This is 2, 4, so that's 4 bars. So what I like to do is I like to make a cut in between those. Maybe you do your song mode a little different, but this is how I do mine. And I actually got a / that I use to cut, which will cut them all. And then what I like to do is, let's Command Z that. Let's highlight everything. Now what we want to do is stretch the beat out. So what I like to do is Command D, which is duplicate. Whoa, hold on, man. Is it Command D? Hold on. Man, I done forgot that quick, bro. Oh, yeah. Man, hold on. Whoa. My computer bugging right now, dog. Okay. So, gonna have to go up in here, man, because I haven't did this in a minute on Logic. So let's just do this. Let's just Command C. Make this a lot easier. Command V. There we go. So Command C to copy, Command V to paste. Let's just make this real quick. All right, so I'll do it to about right there. So now song mode. What I like to do is right at the 4 bars, I like to come in rapping, or I'll come in straight with the hook. With this, I'll definitely come in with the hook. So let's mute everything and see what we want to take out. Definitely want to take out the kick. Definitely want to take out the 808. Let's see. Yeah. So definitely want to take out the snares, the hi-hats. So let's take out the cymbal. We're gonna leave so let's see. Let's unmute all this. Let's turn this off, turn the metronome off. Everything else can be unmuted. Let's actually get rid of this. I don't want that in. And then from here, I want to kind of, let's see. I want the sample to, on the end of that, I just want the end of the sample to hit like about right here. So let's drag that back. So if you got the actual tempo to your song, you can actually go off the grid and it should snap to the grid. So let's play it. And then let's see, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that's 16 bars. So let's take this. Let me bring this down a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. Let's drag this back a little bit. I actually don't need that right now. So let's close this up a little bit. So that way, you know, I can work with bars and I can cut the way I want to cut. So I got rid of that. Let's take this to the verse. This will be the verse. So whatever you want to, you know, break down in the verse and stuff like that, you can, which I know around here, I'm going to take out everything except the voice sample and that. Let's see. So right there at the end where it's saying I just want to, you know, I want that to drop on its own. So I'll cut the track to about right here. Let's see if that works right. So I'm actually taking back a little more to about right here. Let's see. So that's cool, you know what I'm saying? So this is pretty much how I do my song mode. You know, I like to actually create and, you know, really dig deep into it. You know what I mean? Like take out drops, take out whatever you're gonna do, and stuff like that. Take out, I mean, you know, take out the kick or whatever you want to do, and then, you know, I count 8 bars, which is 2, 4, 6, 8. So about right here, you know, I'll do a breakdown on the second verse, which I'll take out. Let's do this. Let's take out the snare. Take out the hi-hat. Let's take out the roll. Let's take out the open hat, the cymbal. So it's basically like the intro, you know what I'm saying? We definitely got to get rid of the strings. Okay. And let's see, I might want to, so I command copy. I might want to leave the 808 in there. Let's see if I copied the right part of the 808. And then let's keep the kick out for right now. Let's keep the, wait, uh-oh. I don't want to do that. That'll got rid of the whole region. Let's keep the snare out right now. Let's see. So by having it cut up like this, you can actually cut by bar and you'll be pretty good. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about slicing, and you know, you can actually take the cursor like this and move it back if you want to break something down, or you know, however you want to do it. And that's pretty much it, man. And after this, I'm gonna definitely go listen to the track on the loudspeakers, make sure everything is level right. If it's not, I'm gonna level it. Same thing you can do too. If you don't really like mixing in headphones like that, you want to hear it bump on your big speakers and stuff like that. Maybe you need to add a little more bass or whatever. But this is pretty much how I mix my tracks, and that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, I'm gonna give y'all game. Hopefully y'all watched this and you enjoyed it, and you understand. You know, if you didn't, go back. Like I said, it's very simple to mix a beat, throw it in song mode, and boom, you're ready to go. Get your vocals ready, knock it out. Next, I'll show you how to record clean vocals, man. Real clean vocals. It's your boy. And that's pretty much how you mix a track, man. It's that simple. It's that easy. You know what I'm saying? And some of it is with Logic stock plugins. Some of it is with plugins I chose. If you have those plugins, use them. If you don't, go get them. And if you don't have those plugins, there's other options you can use. Use the same settings, you know, with the EQ or whatever. But Logic got some good stock plugins to where you can definitely get your drums going and definitely get your beat banging. And then, like me personally, I use Ozone to master my track, to turn the volume up, and to actually do a little bit of soft clipping and stuff like that. So my track won't be bouncing everywhere, and my master bus won't be kind of bleeding. So I hope you guys learned something from this. And if you did, man, hit that like button. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about the channel. And send me a song or something, man. Let me hear something. mixedbymalachi@gmail.com. And make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep you in tune with all the latest content I'll be dropping. Hey, man, it's your boy Mixed by Malachi. I appreciate you cats for tapping in with your boy, man. Much love, and I'm out.